Welcome back to Sahara TV. My name is Rudolf Okonkwo. This is a Skype call segment when we give you the chance to give us your feedback on some of the topics we've been talking about today. We dedicated today's program to Nelson Mandela, who passed away on Thursday. We also had a very interesting discussion with some Nigerian government officials. We spoke to Doyin Okupe, who is the special assistant to President Goodluck Jonathan on public affairs. And he said some interesting things. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about Mandela, his legacy, and the meaning of his life to Africans. And joining us on Skype, we have Anyi. Anyi is in Argentina. Anyi, welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mr. Rudolph.
From Canada, we have our regular Akoli. Welcome to Sahara TV.
Oh, thank you so much.
And from Minnesota, we have Olufemi. Olufemi, welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you.
And in Canada, we have Yemi. Yemi, welcome to Sahara TV.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right. So let me start with you, Anyi. Anyi, how did you get the news that Nelson Mandela died, and what did that mean to you, the death of Mandela?
Well, yesterday by 5 p.m. Argentina time, my kid brother from Nigeria sent me a text on WhatsApp that Baba has passed away, Madiba himself. So I was a bit like, are you sure? And from that moment, I went on the line on TV, and it was already been broadcasted that he passed away in his Johannesburg home. Well, it's something we've been waiting for some time, quite some time, since he's been ill for some time with a lung infection. It happened yesterday. Madiba has tried. It's a great man. He was a great man, and I will always emulate any other African that will reach to that height. And he liberated Africa, not only South Africa, but he gave us a face to the entire world. So may his soul rest in peace.
All right. Thank you so much, Anyi. Coley, in Canada, how is it playing in Canada? How is the story playing over there in the media, on TV? How are they taking it?
Let me start by saying Canada view him it's more than a celebrity. He's a humanist. He's a global citizen. You know, like there is no everywhere on TV. Like I've never seen anybody with this kind of reception. Any African leader that have given this kind of reception. Like even when Venezuela died, Hugo Chavez died, they didn't talk about him this much in the media. Like here, so it's all. What they were saying, what I picked from all they were saying is legacy, the life he lived. So that was really huge, like seeing them labeling the life he lived. And he was here twice in Canada. He came to Canada twice. They were playing the video of all his speech, and you could see the emotion in people. Everyone went to the city hall just to pay respect to him, like and it was amazing, like. I was moved.
Okay. Olufemi, Minnesota, the responses from world leaders, African leaders also had statements issued. What do you feel about some of the things they were saying about Nelson Mandela in terms of whether it reflects the way they live their lives?
Yeah. First of all, let me say this. I was in Jezestiri in Nigeria when Mandela was released from the prison. And that was the first time as a human being that I got to learn the detail of his story. And there I was inspired by the things that he has done and his contribution to his people. The Nelson you found in my middle name, I was inspired by Nelson. I decided in 1994 that I've got to be part of this man's life. So I changed my middle name from James and I changed it to Nelson. So Mandela is part of me for life. So to answer your question, well, you see, everybody like there's an adage I'm from Okonkwo in Nigeria. There's an adage in my local language that says, to translate it says, it is only a bastard that doesn't like a good thing. You understand me? So I think the African leaders that are making statements about Mandela we really hope, I hope personally that they really meant some of the things they are doing, they are saying. That would be my wish. You understand me? You understand? Because we all know what Mandela meant to the world. We all know his contribution to humanity, and unfortunately, some of those people that are making statements that they can only make statements. They have no value. They have no ground to stand when it comes to comparing themselves to Mandela. So, like I said, I hope and I pray that this will give some of them an opportunity to reflect on their lives and the opportunity that have been given to them on a platter of gold, because some of them came to power without suffering for anything. Mandela got to wherever he got to by suffering for it, by paying the necessary price. And some of these people, they just got power by sheer magnanimity of the people, or by luck,
or by rigging.
Or by rigging. So
Yeah.
sort of.
All right, Yemi, you look so sad. Are you that sad about Mandela, and what is your take?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I am sad because nobody wants to die. That's number one. And two, for a man that has suffered so long, and he's a great inspiration, not only to Africa, but to the world. And one thing I've learned from Nelson Mandela is that Nelson Mandela has given Africa hope. Hope that we can do it. Hope that we can take the right direction, irrespective of all the odds. Hope that we can be better than anybody else on earth. But he has passed on. Could we ever have somebody close to Nelson Mandela? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. Nelson Mandela has gone now. How many more Nelson Mandelas can we have? That's the question we need to ask. If Africa wants to be great, we need hundreds of Nelson Mandelas. But where are we today? Do we even have half of Nelson Mandela? The answer is obviously no. And it's so sad for a continent so rich and blessed. But we find out ourselves at the pits of suffering in the world. And Nelson Mandela is a spirit of hope. And I hope that his spirit will live on, and by God's grace, we shall have a lot of Nelson Mandela springing up. Thank you.
All right. Anyi, what do you think people should do to preserve this legacy, and to, like what Yemi was saying, to see that it continues to flourish across Africa?
Well, Mandela is dead right now. I was in South Africa in 1995. I went there to continue my studies in Waterstrand University when we had the Abiola set up in Nigeria in 94. So when I arrived there, I later turned my mind. I moved into business there. I tried to do one-on-one runs between Johannesburg and Cape Town. So when I came there, I saw a society that Mandela, as being an ANC, you know, the African National Congress, you know, he came to power, and the convincement that they had wasn't proposed to the plan, for the fact that the entire ANC and the National Executive Committee initially pushed the strap, die and stem, that's to replace the Nkesi Silele, that's the Africa, God bless Africa rhythm. Mandela refused. He rather played a wise role by finding a common ground between humanity to the higher values, you understand me, towards political aspirations to power. So in as much as what he really did, he played a part that proved his wisdom, reaching out far to the entire old enemy, that he embraced the reconciliation between the white South Africans who have persecuted him for that 27 years in prison, and set a pace. So we see a man here that really he didn't liberate only South Africa. We also will see a man who liberated Africa. Most of the presidents that came or aspired after tried to embrace him and walk towards the same unity that he had. Okay, so we now, I will say he has done as much as we had expected. So I pray that one day we could also have someone like him. You know, in various politics in Africa, we know people like Sankara, Thomas. He had a young man coming up who opposed the colonial masters, and at the end of the day, he got himself killed. They killed him, actually. He was executed. So I pray the next person that we could have aspired from there. We have a young man now who is coming up in Malawi, but they haven't given him a chance. So I pray right between South Africa as well, there are a lot of people there who will also continue the good works of Mandela, but not as far as he has gone. So
all right. Colin, let me ask you, we were asking people, why is it that more African leaders are not emulating Nelson Mandela? We know that someone like Olusegun Obasanjo was in prison, and he came out from prison and became president. Similar to what happened to Mandela, but we can't say that he was able to climb to that height. What is responsible for that? Is there something different in the makeup?
Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, let me start. You know, the South African president, Mandela himself, I think if you read his life story or whatever, you could see he wasn't supporting anything like, you know, bloodshed anywhere in any part of Africa. So even when I think he was among the people that rejected Obasanjo running for I think the third term or the second term, I can't remember. So you could see our leaders is, you know, they love power. That's one thing. Mandela for one term, that was 5 years. But these leaders, they're not ready to give up power. No one, because what I observed is I was reading through what they said about Mandela. They said he's a hero of the 20th century and also the 21st century. So that means we're not going to have anyone for the 21st century. Because these leaders already, they can't give up power. You could see what Olusegun said, and everyone is getting mad, and he said, the soul of Africa has departed, and there is nothing miraculously left. That alone, people didn't get the meaning of that. Everyone is taking it in negative form, but that means a lot. That means, can we have another person? There's nothing again.
All right. Olufemi, let me ask you. A little while ago, I spoke to Doyin Okube, and I asked him the same question about African leaders, especially those that he worked with, including Jonathan and Obasanjo. And he said that President Jonathan is unique in his own way, that he has no capacity to do evil to anyone. Is that enough? Should we be happy about that?
Absolutely not. Well, first of all, when I came upon your interview with Mr. Doyin Okube, I was extremely glad. I feel like this is a step in the right direction. Why? Because it means that the messages that Sahara Reporter and people like us and people like you are dishing out there is gradually getting to them, and that is why they are to bring him out. You understand me? I'm also not naive enough to believe that they are not trying to do this because of the coming election. You understand me? But I just want us to throw the positive light on it, to believe that our messages are getting to them. And look at all the questions you threw at him. It was very defensive. So to answer your question, it is not enough to just say President Jonathan does not have capacity to hurt anybody. Nobody is saying he's going to hurt anybody. We have given President Jonathan a job to do. All Nigerians are asking him to do is to do that job. It's simple. We all know the problems of Nigeria. I'm sure President Jonathan has, I'm not going to question his intention. I'm not going to question his motives, but I do believe that the people around him they let like people like Donyo Kupe, or whether it's chief or doctor, I don't know. I believe people like him, they know what is going on in Nigeria. They know they know the truth. They know what Nigeria needs. They know what Nigerians need. So somebody was writing during the week, I think Professor Pius or one of the columnists on Sahara Reporters, he wrote something. He actually, no, not Professor Pius. I think it's Tunji Light. It was Tunji Light that wrote that, that wrote about the success that Mandela was able to achieve. He wrote about the people that surround him, that or surrounded him. You understand me? So the ability for the people, the ability for the people that surround these leaders to be able to channel them to the right path is what is lacking in Africa, because some of these aides or assistants or special assistants, some of them, they go to these places. Look at Ruben Abati. When people were saying he shouldn't join the government, I personally believe that he should join the government. But he got there, it's like his tongue was taken away from him. So I just believe that President Jonathan, he knows what Nigeria needs. He has the capacity to do it. I only hope and pray again that he will have the political will to do it.
All right, Yemi, let me ask you, because we are moving on now to other things. And one of the things that I asked Okupe was about people like you on social media, people who are trying to influence things from outside. And he said this, that people must appreciate the little efforts that are being made, implying that most people on social media don't appreciate the efforts that are being made by people in government. Do you think that you appreciate little efforts being made? Are you satisfied with that?
Rudolf, thanks so much. Look, appreciation. It's not rocket science. When you see something good, by default, you appreciate it. If you see something good, you appreciate it. But look, the Africa as a whole, take for instance now what happened about a month ago with the minister that in Ghana that said that she wants to make $1 billion before she leaves office, and the president sacked that person immediately. You saw what happened in social media. Everybody was like, wow, this is great. Africa, can you believe it? Even though the opposition, they said the president of Ghana is corrupt, is whatever. What that single act he did was commendable. And look now, flip to the other side in Nigerian case. There's a case going on for like 3 months with the aviation minister, card this, card that. And has anybody been sacked? No. Farouk Lawa, we know about Farouk Lawa's story. That one died down. We know about all the power scams, all the billions of naira that was spent during Obasanjo's regime. Nothing was done. They just cleaned the slate and they are starting afresh. So look, if something good is done, you commend it. And you know the beauty about Nigerians is God has blessed us. We are very highly intelligent people. Across board, irrespective of tribes, we have very brilliant minds. Even if you do something good, they will question it. How much did you do it? How much could we have done it? At the end of the day, when they scrutinize whatever you do, if you did it in interest-based, just to satisfy your cabal or whatever, at the long run, what you have done will just be watered down. So look, anything done in good faith and went through the normal processes and procedures will be commended by anybody. That's where I rest my case.
All right, Anyin, let me come back to you. You are in Argentina, and Argentina is one of these developing countries. It should be where Nigeria should be now, but how do you compare Argentina to Nigeria? Anyi, are you there?
I think he has switched off his mic.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Well, comparing Argentina with Nigeria, you know Argentina is the 7th largest country in the world by superficie, right? Argentina comes 11th nation in the world when it comes to development. It's a country that have gone through, you know, from the history of World War, the first and the second, most of the Europeans that looted, the Germans and the Spanish, the Italians, they came down here. Since then, they tried to develop, and Argentina having enough lands they farmed here. As a matter of fact, they fed Europe during those pre-times war, Second World War. Okay, good. Argentina now run an economy based on beef and farmland, soya, rice, millet, whatever. Nigeria is an oil economy, so by wealth, I would say we are endowed by the resources of nature more than Argentina. Okay, let me shine a little bit light coming towards Mandela and Nigeria with good luck with like what Yemi just said. You see, we can compare. There are certain things that we really can't compare. It's just like comparing Lincoln with Mandela, people like that, like the first under American, let's say, the antagonism of differences between rulers. You see, Mandela behind the bars, he has learned most of his valuable ideas and lessons as a leader, and which seems to be acknowledged that shaped him up before he left and became president of South Africa. Yeah, this is a man who has gone through different kind of scrutiny and has a different vision for his people, mindless of the prostitution that he has gone through. When you look at Nigeria, our system, we have this greed, kind of enviousness, tribalism that, you know, I see education is one key. Mandela has used it. He said, you know, education is a weapon, as a matter of fact. And he embraced on it so much. He's a lawyer. Okay, we have learned men in Nigeria, just like Yemi said. But we have educated fools, the way I can say, because you can be educated and at the same time, then you go doing wrong things. And when you try to like call it off, for example, look at what happened between the Odwa case, buying the car. A lot of people have been phoning money in that country, duping, buying jets and whatever. Good luck. He made a statement that I really felt overwhelmed. He said, you can't call simple stealing corruption. I don't know, maybe some of you heard that. He made a statement like that on the national TV. I mean, that's wrong. He's supposed to do what? Take measures and see that certain things is not scrummed up.
All right. Anya, I have to stop you because we are running out of time. Colleague, let me build on what he said, you know, because quite all right, I asked Okube about the Odwa case, and he said that the president is still going to act, but that nobody should force the government to act on something when they are not ready. What do you think about such an answer to an important issue that a lot of people are waiting to see the outcome?
First of all, I want to commend SaharaTV for that. You know, that was the highlight of my day today. That interview, because at first I didn't believe that was Dori Okube. I was like, maybe you guys are joking. So for him to come there, that kudos to him. That is aspect. Again, it's about accountability, transparency. The social media activism is making these people to sit up now because they can't hide anything from us. Now this woman is about to go scot-free. And he's saying the government, they set up a committee. I was in a politics in school here. If you set up a committee, you give us a timeline. What time are you going to get back? What time are you going to get back to us? They give you timeline. Maybe let's say 90 days. Get back to us. You guys should go do research. Get back to the board and tell the board this is what you think. This is what we'll find out. Okay, what are we going to do? But this guy, instead of a committee, no time. Anytime they come, the president will go together. They have this is the problem. That transparency, we don't have it. You know what I mean? I remember you. Sorry to say, I remember you asking him about the president's asset, declaring they can't even say it. The Canadian government have the asset of Mandela. Mandela had, I think, 10 million pounds. That's something. Why can't you declare something like that? Just to show you, it just the credibility is not there. We have lost it.
Now, all right, because we are running out of time, let me get to Olufemi. Olufemi, there's something about social media and the impact it's having on people in government. And I want you to address it in line with the Edo State governor and what happened with his encounter with the widow. Just make it brief, like 30 seconds, please.
Oh, very well, very well, very well. In fact, Mr. Rudolf, I'm very grateful for giving me this opportunity. It was the highlight of my life. You understand me? It shows what that scenario showed us is that when people are engaged, when Nigerians stood up and nobody came out to protest, nobody came out to carry guns, nobody came out to even do anything violent. All we were doing online was condemning the governor, and thank goodness he responded. That showed us that what that showed us is, as much as we are not tired, as much as we show these people that we know the truth and we are not going to continue to cover the truth, they don't have a choice. At a point, they are going to break down. You understand me? You know that in Igbo land, they said, if you want to pee and you want to pee to foam, you have to be focused. You have to focus your pee. You understand me? So I think that episode alone, you know, of course, there are some Nigerians that maybe because of their political affiliation or because of their tribal affiliation, they were supporting the governor, but he himself was able to realize the truth. He was able to see the light of the day, that what he has done was very, very bad. Nobody is defending that widow. That widow did something bad, but the offense of that widow was nothing more than a ticket in a developed world. She should get a ticket, but you need to respect her. And that was the point I was making, even despite all the opposition I drew. As a matter of fact, I think I sent an email, a personal email to Sahara Reporter when the first apology video came out. I said, no, this was not an apology. This was just a regret and trying to pass the blame to his opponents. So I continue to hammer it online, on Facebook, on Twitter, and saying, no, this man has to apologize. And I'm very happy. And I sent him a personal email later, and appreciating him for coming out to apologize the way he should.
All right, let's stop it there. Yemi, I'll give you the last question here. When I was speaking to Okube, we talked about the ASU strike, and I was interested in knowing where the government got the 200 billion that they deposited in their accounts for ASU. And his answer was this. He said that people should not worry about where the government got the money, which gave me the impression that we are trying to get this accountability thing going, but it seemed as if that we are very far away from the people in government. They are far away from other Nigerians in terms of the expectation. It's not enough to say we didn't have 90 billion at the beginning of the crisis to give ASU. And now we found 200 billion to give ASU. And where did the money come from? Do you think we need to ask more questions and get more answers from these government officials? Or should we be satisfied with the fact that, okay, they've been forced to do something along that line?
Thank you, Rudolf. But that question complicated, or you just bombard everything, you combine everything into one. But when you said last question, are you changing the topic after this?
No, we're ending because we have I was told that I have to round up, seriously.
About transparency is the major problem, and this government, from initiation, they are not transparent. So I'm not expecting anything less. So I want to move to something more important. There's a senator senator or House of Reps that's pushing a law so that all these bloggers will be arrested for 7 years.
Yes.
I think we should shine the light and bombard that senator with emails, SMS, and everything, and make life uncomfortable for him. The only means we have to talk is social media now. We are in the 21st century, and what happened to the governor is a typical example. He changed because he's a good man. I didn't even make any comment on social media because I was following it. I know he's a respectable person and he will do the right thing.
You can't always assume that he's going to be a good man.
No. Look, when you know somebody, if you have a friend and they told you know your friend very well, and somebody told you that he just stole. Do you just go and meet him and accuse him and not wait for his side of the story?
That's true.
His own family, his own daughters were even the ones troubling him at home that daddy, what you did is wrong. So I apologize. And he apologized. And there are some people that have gone away with these things. They've done bad things and they've gone away with it. Lots of stories have gone back. So Nigerians, we need, I've woken up my little baby now.
All right, Yemi, we understand where you're going. Thank you so much. I really know that we are going to end it here. Next week, we are going to talk about the social media and the senator who was pushing that bill in the Senate. Hopefully, we'll be able to get him to come on the show. But I want to thank Anyi from Argentina for joining us today. Anyi, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Colin in Canada, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, always, always.
Olufemi in Minnesota, thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime, sir.
And Yemi in Canada, thank you so much for joining us.
Rudolf, thank you. Rudolf.
Yes.
Rudolf, thank you so much for that. You know, that final video you played for Kube.
Okay.
That was a highlight. Another highlight again. That was really good. I really appreciate that.
You need to post the interview again on your page.
We posted by Tuesday.
And Rudolf, I'm still waiting for the 114th edition of Dr. Damages.
Okay, it will be out. Thank you all, guys. Thank you guys so much. When we come back, we are going to bring you entertainment breakdown, and after that, we have Dr. Damages and a special edition of Keeping It Real, 100 episode of Keeping It Real. Don't miss it. Stay tuned.